Howdy cowdies. Hope you're going good. It's a ripper of a day. And it's time for the weekly walkabout at the collector. We've been slacking off as per usual. We've been really busy. We've got heaps of really nice stuff again this week. Some lovely book plates. Norman Lindsay one here for Colin Berkelman. One over the back, Barbara Mullins, is by Adrian Faint. There's another Adrian Faint there for Sydney Ewer Smith. New South Wales publisher, did all the art in Australia, magazines and stuff. Sydney Long there for Colin Berkelman. There you go. So there's one by Sid Long for him and one by Norman Lindsay. There's another ripper by Sid Long over the back there. It's called The Spirit of the Land. That's a lovely little etching he's done for his own book plate. Another really nice Adrian Faint one. This one over the back is Lillian Govey. Really nice, very Aubrey Beardsley looking. Right, we've got a nice collection of all hallmark sterling silver, brushes, mirrors, toilet jars. Nice big lot of Australian, I think florins, I think they are. Lovely sterling silver bonbon dish as well. And then there's some more really nice book plates up the top here by, I think it's John Godson. That's for his wife Hilda. John Sherlow. There's two in there by Ella Dwyer. There's three in there by, I think, Vane, the cartoonist. There's one there by Herbert Reginald Gallup. And another nice one here by Lloyd Rees. There's lots of nice things in the jewellery cabinet. Really like that little Norman Lindsay one. What else have we got? Nice little sort of light stained little library step, little fold up step. Is nice, the plant stand or pedestal. Another nice big Edwardian sort of overmantel with these nice oriental sort of lacquerware panels. You can see a bit of damage here and there. It's really quite nice. This is lovely as well, a little sort of little wall shelf cabinet. Another nice little bit sort of arts and crafts or something like that. What else have we got? Really nice Blackwood sort of hall stand there, with the coat and hat rack, with that nice little sort of umbrella and walking stick little stand. It's got the original little drip tray in there as well. Here's a nice little camphorwood trunk. Sort of modernist standard lamp there with that big sort of jewelled C. And a big camphorwood trunk, like I could probably fit in there. Here's a ripper. Some nice decorative oil paintings on panels and on boards and things. There's a pair here with the big sort of stags. But you can see one's got a little bit of damage. All right. We've got some really cool shirts in the auction, some great stuff. So this is all original sort of vintage 1980s give or take band shirts and stuff. Van Morrison, Leonard Cohen, Bob Dylan. So I think there's a couple of each in there. I think there's a couple of Bob Dylans, a couple of Van Morrisons, maybe one or two Leonard Cohen's. This is a ripping old 80s Hoodoo Guru singlet there. Really cool. Like tank top sort of singlet. The Clash original bit as well from the 80s. You can just tell by these sort of thin collars on them. Labels come off that one, but he's an absolute ripper. This is another group lot. You've got Elton John, the Eurythmics, Big Country. Who else is in there? Who's that? Phil Collins. All right, there's a group lot, plus the Eagles World Tour 1995 cap. Good old Siegfried would be happy with this. The fantastic Chaos shirt there from Get Smart. You can see all the nice old label and everything on it. Absolute ripper. Another nice group lot, Black Crowes cap, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jim Morrison, The Doors, and John Lennon, which is another sort of shirt with the sleeves taken off or something. Tina Turner, there's a couple of cool old Tina Turner ones there, with a couple of nice old Joan Armour trading ones as well. Pink Floyd, Roger Waters, and a Pink Floyd hoodie, or just a wind cheater there from 1988 Australasia tour. Right, the Roger Waters one's quite modern, plus the nice Pink Floyd The Wall singlet as well. And then this is a group lot, all sort of Australian stuff. Australian Crawl, Richard Clapton, Tim Finn, Escapade, that's kind of pretty cool. Mental as anything. Australian crawl again. So they're just great. All original vintage band shirts, gig shirts. Some great stuff in amongst. Boxed games and stuff like that, and kids' toys. Nice big lot of china. It's good quality Baleek, Wedgwood, Royal Copenhagen, Spode, Worcester. There's lots of nice stuff in there. Parasols, big fold-out fans, umbrellas as well. And then there's this lot. Ooh. All being sold together. Big lot of dolls. She's covering her face. She's seen enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes full of dolls, soft toys, fantastic big lot, all sorts of gear in amongst, some great stuff. Group lots of gear done underneath. There's a nice old clock over the back there. Another little box of vintage toys, little pixies and bears, box model kits, ephemera, sort of comics and stuff. There's all sorts of gear in amongst there. Some nice old Mitty Malone book, game boards and stuff as well. Another nice lot of soft toys and bears and stuff. Little jointed bears are cute. Ronnie McDonagh, Tigger. That guy looks like he's sticking his hands up. Yogi Bear. We've put them with the Little Britain soft toys as well. And then you've got fantastic little kids sort of teepee tent, which is made in 1983, I think, up in Leichhardt, New South Wales. It's got branding along the bottom of some of the print. It's just not where we're looking. Some more toys and books and stuff. There's some nice old kids' books and ephemera and gear in amongst here, and some boxed Wild West Kitty Paradise, little play sets and stuff. All right, skateboards, guitars, aeroplanes. Really like the Qantas model that someone's made for their kid. 2 boxes of footy gear, sporting stuff. There's some nice vintage stuff in amongst here. All the One Eye supporter badges, Blues, Magpies, Saints, Hawks. There's some Premier League sort of patches and stuff in amongst here as well, so it's a nice big lot. And then you got a big lot of stamps, albums full, heaps of loose ones. Nice big lot. 2 boxes full of the stamps. Sewing machine with some other gear, some nice wooden carvings and hand-painted surfboards. Some cool old thermoses and stuff like that in amongst as well. A zebra. He's nice, the carved ebony fish. Bird. Box of stuff, some more good CDs and singles. Midnight Oil, there's Talking Heads in here. Somebody's Image, Cold Chisel, Danny Minogue, plus the bonus pin-up poster. There's other good stuff in amongst here as well. There's good CDs. Peter Gabriel, Evita, Braveheart. I did say good ones. Take the Lead. Yeah, there's a couple of good ones in there. John Williams. Glee the Musical. Stuart Little. Looking for Alibrandi. There's 2 soundtracks of that. But there's some alright stuff in there. Got a little lot of retro tables and this nice Victorian one as well. But these 2 nice little retro ones are kind of cool. And we've got nice big collections of postcards, all English, a couple of French ones in there. These are all Scottish ones. Really nice old, look, Gem Ice Shave, made in Philadelphia. He's a ripper. Nice table cigarette lighter over the back there with sort of in that sort of cool modernist sort of shape. VFL Park and other membership medallions. Batmobile with a fantastic little trapeze, little rabbit. Foreign currency. More good postcards. These are all Australian rifle teams going over to Bisley in England for a competition and taking it out and winning it. More novelty postcards. These are a nice set of photographs, actually, all from the Northern Territory. They're all actually titled where they are. This is a good lot of Casio and Seiko watches. Another nice collection of postcards, mainly Australian and other sort of stuff. There's some really good coins in here as well, all Australian coins. Really nice lot, heaps of shillings and stuff in amongst there. Lots of the silver ones and pennies, and there's a box full of pennies and eighpennies as well. Little expandable sewing box, but I don't know about that base. I don't know if that's original. Does the job. That doesn't quite look right, does it? He's kind of cool as well, the big 1980s sort of cane hutch with the smoked glass shelves. The Nestle sort of milk churn. There you go, plus the butter churn there as well. Collection of old sort of prints and pictures and stuff. Some of them are as found. These are nice, these Cupid awake, Cupid asleep ones. The Queen Vic one, but it's pretty chewy around the bottom. But there's just nice frames and old Pears prints and stuff. The Ripperbid Maxfield Parish print over the back as well. Funny little sort of side tables. This thing's a bit unusual with these little mirrored lockable lift-up compartments. Little gallery on the back. Front drops down, little velvet slide pull out. Just unusual little cabinet. Looks to have been repaired across the sort of lower section of that drop down thing. Just unusual little bit. All right, bloody orange plastic stacking chairs are still here. Cool little group again. The nice little carved wooden coat rack, that little mirrored overmantel. You can see it's missing one little bit of decoration here. And he might need to be tightened up. And he's nice as well, the sort of pelmet or whatever these things are bloody called. Some nice mirrors. This little Venetian one's got a little crack, unfortunately. And that's a good little group lot. You got other mixed lots of toys and stuff. And there's unopened jigsaw puzzles. And John Cena punching bag. The shape of that looks a bit funny to me. 007 gear. Stone Cold Steve Austin lunchbox. There you go. To take for your daughter to take to school. NWA, that's another bloody wrestling thing as well. But there's all James Bond 007 cards and stuff in there also. The nice mannequin stand there with a couple of sort of display busts. You can see that this one is as found. Nice box lot of dolls. Some good gaming gear in here. Another nice lot of dolls with Chrissy. And some little Barbie dolls and Barbie doll clones, I think, in amongst there as well. All right, you got some, I think these are Disney bubble bath bottles. Another little Barbie clone. There's some, stand up, Chrissy. There's some good bits in there. Box of china, some good sort of kids' books and toys in amongst here as well. These magic boomerangs are fantastic with these dolls that people take out into the outback and sort of set them up and photograph them. I don't know, man. They just work here. Big lot of books, like 8 boxes, a couple of boxes of toys. There's some good gear in amongst here. Baragos, it is as found. Action Men. This guy's cool. He's a play school transforming car. First Transformers. There you go. That's what it says on the sticker there. There's other good die casts and stuff in amongst here as well. Remote control Formula One racer with some other sort of scale models. Group lot of paintings and prints. There's some pretty cool works on paper. I can't remember. Anne Raw's, I think. Death. Your match may cause this. Kind of cool. All right, there's sort of all of the student work. Some of them look to be designs for advertising and stuff like that. Plus all these other oil paintings and signed prints. All right, you got this nice sort of modern deer's head to go on the wall with a concrete skull. Another nice carved wooden sort of light fitting. 2 boxes of quality dolls. He's nice, the sort of small size, little white painted 1930s kitchen dresser there with those nice deco LED light windows. Another nice collection of sort of framed decorative oil paintings and nice old chromolithographs and stuff. Big lot of videos. Big lot of slot car gear. Big lot of cassette tapes. Another nice little camphor wood trunk and a mirror. Another nice big lot of framed pictures, oil paintings and prints. That's kind of pretty kitschy cool. Chemistry set, which is incomplete, but it's a fair bit of it's there. What else have we got? These little green tub chairs are kind of nice. They're in pretty good condition. You got the big Jacker teddy bear. And then we've got this nice old Dexter rocker there to go with the nice little cane or wicker chair. These are pretty cool. The big sort of 3-fold hand-painted screen with the kookaburras. Painted ship's lantern. Big brass anchor ship's lantern's an absolute ripper. Nice LED light shade there, and then a pair of LED light shades. Some Ida Rentoul Uthwaite books. Footrot Flats comics. There's some other nice sort of books and sort of kids' books and Victorian stuff here as well, with some Norman Rockwell. Another nice collection of Jacka teddy bears. Then we've got this big lot of ladies' gloves and accessories and stuff. Mainly it all looks to be gloves. Some cool gear in amongst. Retro plastics, including the coolest sauce bottle you'll ever see. And the eyes actually are like bloody doll's eyes. They actually open and close and stuff. Some Star Wars gear. Thank goodness Yoda, the batteries run out. He doesn't actually talk to us anymore. He bloody knows everything anyway. Kids' toys, there's some great rattles and little roly-poly dudes and stuff like that. And another fantastic little trapeze teddy bear or whatever he is. I could do that all day. Little Star Pontiac with a little packaged cereal toy. There you go, a little space rocket or something in its packet, and a little Lesney fire truck. Some interesting comic books and stuff like that. Poster book, Ninja Turtles. Ace Ventura. There's heaps of these TV Century comics. These are pretty cool. Famous first edition Action Comics #1. So they're like 1980s reprints. All right, then some other cool gear as well. Fantastic big retro sort of, this thing glows again under a UV light. The felt picture, there you go. Velva print, 1975. Demon face. Really cool. Ernie Abbott. After Hiroshige. This is a nice little sort of ink and wash. This is attributed to Laurie Dawes. Looks pretty good. Not sure who painted these, but these are nice. Little abstracts from 2003. See a little signature down here and just dated 3. But these are quite nice little things. And they're oil paint, so they're actually 22 years old, but they're still a little bit wet. All right, there's a better photograph of the picture of the signature there. Funny little monogram, the bottom right there. And a nice big decorative sort of oil painting again in the lovely big gilt frame. She's ace. Some nice bookends. Those ones with the swans are really cool. That'd be nice over in Western Australia, I'd reckon. Nice the crescent moods and the little log and the little onyx horses. We've got some heffalumps. You got 2 pairs of bookends. You got this gong, which is kind of a bit of a sad looking gong, really, I guess. But that's all right. You can't win them all. Meccano set with a nice little English Kodak. Tin toy cash register. This is a nice carved wooden panel here by Mary Lumley. It's all got details on the back. Little hanging lanterns, nice. There. Much rather that to be working than bloody Yoda down the back there. But anyway, Bob Marley hand-painted miniature surfboard with some Nintendo DS games, a skipper box, and these funny little bloody things that you push down and they pop open. There you go, and you're off and racing. I don't know what they're called. They look kind of cool though. Nice little sort of pine cabinet, little religious one here. It's really quite nice. Nice with the sort of little brass lockable. It's just nice. Needs a little bit of work. 2 nice old Australian Union brand or national brand game boards, Fairyland and Commonwealth Navy. Nice pair of bookends with the sort of armorial mounts. What else have we got? Polly Farmer's Australian Rules football box game. Some sort of little handheld cereal toy games and things like that. Souvenirs and the cat bombs. Cereal toy stencils. 2 of them still in their original packets. Big collection of Royal Guards. You've got Britain's details and other Britain's ones in amongst there, and sort of Timpo and Lone Star. Nice little sort of die-cast lead ones in amongst as well. They're great. The Allen sort of money boxes. Australian comics and ephemera, Mr. Melbourne comic and some other stuff. Good lot of records. Tullybird cereal toys. Mixed lot of cereal toys and other plastic sort of toys. All boats and cars and Dodgem cars in there. The little cereal toys. Here's a rip of the boxed vintage Japanese bump and go non-fall Ferrari 365 GT. Here's a ripper. He looks pretty clean in the Patrick compartment. He's in really good nick. 2003 unmade Hulk model kit. Two sort of 1990s Batman toys. Fantastic big, another nice big Japanese tin toy army tank, the old M99. It's in good condition again, I think, from memory. Let's have a look in the battery case. Yeah, pretty clean, looking pretty good. Great thing. I mean, the fact that the bloody rubber treads are still there is pretty crazy. And then we've got the Dinky Toy Enterprise with the Chinese tin toy space rocket. Big Billy Bragg album and gig poster in here. And that's the lot numbers probably fallen off it there. Lot number 142, he's just a ripper. Another nice little religious cabinet as well. Hello, little woofer dog. Woofer dog's not for sale. Nice little gilt corner cabinet there, a little corner shelf with the mirrors. Some more good sort of vintage kids games and books and ephemera. These are all sort of music books, gig books and stuff like that. The Kinks in Australia 1971, The Who, which is pretty cool, I think, Australian tour as well. Clocks, pottery, some nice Japanese and Chinese boxes, tea caddy, jewellery box. Little cigarette dispensers, kind of cool as well. Little lot of pottery. Belgian 1950s gas mask, but you can see that one of the little straps has come undone. He's pretty cool though. The Rams gridiron helmet with the nice Wilson ball as well. LP record sort of carry case there to take to your parties. You fit about 20 LPs in there. He's a ripper. It's made specifically for that. A little lot of Australiana pokerwork, figures, remude, a flathead. Mystery comics, boat toys. It's got an as found tin toy boat in there. He's pretty cool though, the Barracuda tri-hulled speedboat. And this is a nice lot of books, John Grisham novels, and this nice history of the Mafrashire Council. Nice basket. You got another cast iron cannon, Britain's details and super details, because they're just a little bit better, these guys. This is a good lot of art reference stuff, couple of Blamire Young books. This is a really nice catalogue, Melbourne woodcuts and lino cuts from the 1920s and 30s. And then you've got other nice catalogues, outlines of Australian printmaking. All right, fantasy paintings for children by Michael Salmon. There's just some good stuff in that little group. Boxed Baragos and other die casts. Squeaky toys, good lot of cassette tapes. Wawani, Warrant, The Paw, Salt and Pepper, Roxas. There's some good gear. There's other good stuff. Scatterbrain. If you haven't heard Don't Call Me Dude, go and check it out. Paula Abdul, there's some cool stuff. I think Vanilla Ice is in there. You can't forget him. A little lot of sort of die-cast soldiers, cowboys, other peoples. Cereal toy, totem, tribe, and all these people of different nations or something. That's a nice big lot. The boxed Empress of Australia unmade model kit with a nice little plastic fire engine. Point of sale, mouse wind-up mouse toys, some more nice bookends, sort of gum nut, gum leafy, plus the boats. There you go, actually said something down there. Windjammer. There you go, and the nice little Scotty dogs. Glass head, could be worse. Box remote controlled tin plate, speedboat. More squeaky toys. This big 1980s sort of Japanese Bandai sort of spaceship bloody land tank thing with all these little funny sort of Spider-Man guys as well. But he's a great bit. All right, big whomping lot of plastic army men. There's bloody all sorts of people in here. There's Rommel and there's Monty. You got all sorts of guys. Some of them, a lot of these have actually been painted up. Someone's actually sat down and painted them up. The landmine guy. Bit of UN action with his blue helmet. You got radio operators, but they're all made by different companies. All sorts of cool stuff. German dudes lobbing nades. I couldn't see Roland in here though. Umbrellas and walking sticks, and they've got nice ends and stuff on them. Road King, I think it is, or King of the Road. Old automobile lamp. Little wooden model boats a ripper. Some nice little wooden boxes. Big collection of Victorian glass. Some more nice wooden boxes, bit of fiddleback action and some other nice stuff. Cereal toy little keys. Boxed Bionic Woman. And the boxed X7 Space Explorer ship made in Taiwan in its original box. Really nice sort of jade tree there and the nice Cloisonne pot. You got the French clock mount or surround. Some more nice wooden boxes. Then down into the end cabinet, we've got some pretty cool 3-sheet movie posters. Doctor, you've got to be kidding, a big 3-sheet poster. You got this near mint vintage scale extra slot car set with a catalogue in there as well. It's in really good condition. It's got both of the cars. I think one's red, one's green. Another big 3-sheet movie poster. And this is a pretty cool one here. It's something about spies, where the spies are. I think it's got David Niven in it. It's a great poster. These are nice. The fan display cases, quite unusual. Really nice old photograph album with heaps of photographs and postcards. Some really cool stuff in here, including her. She's just come back with a shoddy and a rabbit. Really cool. On the horse cart, a little creek. Blokes hanging out at the shed. A really nice collection. Postcards, photographs. There's some great boxes. There you go. Blokes having a fight. More guys. I reckon that bloke with the accordion, he's pretty almost out the door, isn't he? Bloody noisy bastard. But there's some nice stuff. The album itself's a bit chewy, but there's some lovely stuff in it. More cereal toys, all in their original packages. So these are all Wacky Walkers. All right, but you can see that they're all in their original packets. Really nice big lot. Another group lot of cereal toys in their packets. These are all little sort of wheelie things. Wacky wheelies or something like that. Nice pair of Royal Winton. Nice Art Deco Beswick. Kind of like the shape. The little oil paintings on cigar box lids. Beautiful umbrella with the lovely little porcelain insert and the hallmark sterling silver mounts. Lovely, lovely thing. Another mixed lot of cereal toys all in their original packets. Zoo Chews, Wacky Walkers, some little astronaut guy there, and a sticker. Japanese art glass. You got this lovely, lovely miniature sort of mahogany cabinet, all fitted inside. Beautiful little sort of blue satin lined on the doors. The Christian Waller book, The Gates of Dawn, which is a 1970s reissue by Griffin Books. Clyde Pate had something to do with that. Little part Royal Winton breakfast set for one. Lovely brass ship's lantern as well. Fantastic old mounted albumin photograph panning off. You can see him there with the Aboriginal sort of watching what he's doing. It looks to be sort of staged, this. I think it might be from a studio or something like that rather than actually in the landscape, but it's hard to say. It's nice with the handwritten title. And then there's this thing. This is a great bit. So Reginald Terwitt is his name, and he probably was a bit of a twit. No, he wasn't. He was all right. He was so good, in fact, he was the Admiral of the Fleet, I think, in World War I, the British Navy. This is a miniature little writing sort of desk that he's made. And it's got a lovely little bit of paperwork inside, made by Admiral of the Fleet. So R. Truitt, sold by him in the aid of war, disabled soldiers and sailors. Autograph is on the underside of drawer. Bang, there you go. All right, now I did some digging around. The only other thing I could find that he made like this is in English Royal Collection, and he made it for Queen Mary's dollhouse in 1924. So this would have been made a similar sort of period, but you can see there's a little bit of missing here, and you can see that this little S leg has actually been broken and stuck back together as well. Still a little bit wonky. The whole thing's a bit wonky, actually. But it's a pretty amazing bit. It's beautifully made. Beechwood. All right. Lovely, lovely little thing. So it probably would be for a doll's house. But yeah, great bit. Anyway, hopefully you saw something. Be good. See you tomorrow night.